Many of America's 3 million Muslims are fasting right now as the holy month of Ramadan began this weekend. The New York Times reports for over 1,000 years, iconic mosques around the world remained open through outbreaks of the plague, cholera, and Spanish flu. This year's Ramadan will be very different, with mosques closed for daily prayers and large gatherings banned. Imam Omer Bajwa joins me now. He's the director of Muslim Life at Yale University. Thank you so much for your time. Tell me a little bit about how this is going to be observed differently in the age of social distancing.
Thank you for having me on today. I think the two biggest sort of differences are going to be is that normally you'd find throughout the Muslim world and Muslim communities that every night at the end of the fast at sundown, you'd have the iftar, you'd have the fast-breaking meal in which people gather together with the community, their friends, their neighbors, their co-workers. They invite everyone into the mosque and share the iftar fast-breaking meal. That's number one. We're not going to have that anymore. Mosques across the world are largely closed. And second is that you have special evening prayers in which portions of the Quran are recited over the course of 30 days to complete the entire recitation of the Quran. And that also, those have all now been canceled as well, essentially where people can maybe tune in on Zoom if the Imam is reciting by himself to broadcast, but there's no congregational prayer taking place in the mosque.
When you have spoken with other Muslims, how are they perceiving, interpreting these changes to observing Ramadan?
There was widespread anxiety leading up to Ramadan about what would this Ramadan look like. And now I think there's just a sense of disheartenness and, loss that they're just, they're grieving in the sense of not being able to worship together, to pray together, to really have that communal experience in Ramadan, which is the holiest time of the month for, 1.8 billion Muslims around the world. So it's just a sense of patiently persevering to make our way through this and have a unique Ramadan.
How much of a role can technology play in having, as you say, a unique Ramadan?
I think that there's two benefits. I think if we take the challenge and we pivot, is that one is my friends and I and many people in our communities that I've been talking to and beyond are doing Zoom iftars, which is that essentially that you can set up your laptop or your phone and with your family, you can sort of Zoom in and do it with family and friends in your community that may even be distant from you to sort of still have that sense of a shared meal together in the world that we live in now. And second is that we're not praying together in the mosque with other people, but you can at least watch broadcasts from your mosques, or in fact, you can watch broadcasts from around the world. So I think technology is definitely a tool that people are using creatively to stay as connected as possible.
There are, of course, members of communities that have relied on the meals that the mosques provide, especially during Ramadan. What is being done to help those people during this period?
It's a great question. What we've done in our city of New Haven, and I know many other cities around the country are experimenting with this as well, is we're doing drive-thru iftars, which is that families will donate money and buy meals from local businesses and caterers and then distribute them for free at the mosque. So you'll have sort of what we've done in New Haven is we have a drive-thru service at the mosque that will go and pick up the meals from the restaurant and we'll deliver it, and we'll set up tables and people will come through almost like a food pantry. They'll pull up and we'll hand them the meal. We'll have PPE on and then they'll go home and they'll share it and enjoy it with their family.
Imam Omer Bajwa, thank you so much for your time.